meeting called to order by myself, and now I'd like to have the reading of the public notice statement by Ms. Apai.
In accordance with Chapter 231 PL 1975, the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required, specifying the time and location, with such notice as being sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Times of Trenton, posted on the Municipal Public Notice Meeting Bulletin Board, and filed with the Township Clerk.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. We'll now have a flag salute, and after the flag salute, we'll have a moment of silence for the people who are serving our country now and have served in the past. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, Danielle, may I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Arpaia?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Barthelmess?
Here.
Mr. Cadigan?
Here.
Mr. Lambros?
Here.
And for the record, Chairman Mostyn, Member Farrar, and Mr. Sinha are not in this meeting.
Thank you. Before we go any further, just a quick comment that the one reason we're here is from Mr. Holm will not be looked at or talked about tonight. They have asked us to move their next meeting or their next attendance meeting to July or June. June.
So is there anyone else here on the HOM application?
Great. All right.
Okay. That
And you
application.
don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what? Okay, so the HOM application is going to be carried to the fourth Wednesday of June. Okay. Did you receive certified mail for the original application?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to require the applicant to renotice. Okay. So we're going to ask them to renotice. So the application is going to be carried to June 25th, 2025 at 7 p.m. 7:30, wrong time. So that's what's been heard. If you received certified mail before, you're going to receive it again.
Are you anticipating a vote at that meeting?
We don't know what the applicant, we
Yeah,
hope so,
I don't
but,
mean to be disrespectful, but if they bring up another expert that talks in slow motion for 3 hours and wears out the
Hang
town,
on, I'm going to ask
that's
if you can come
totally,
to the front and speak
I
and
would be
put your name
glad
on
to.
record.
whatever you want to.
I'm also just going to add, they still have at least their architect and their planner to testify. So yes, they will have more
Yes,
experts.
so a total of 2 more people have to testify?
And I don't believe engineering finished. So we have to finish.
Possibly 3.
Now they have new landscaping plans also, so
Yeah.
it could be carried again.
So it's very possible it won't be voted on that night.
Totally understand, but I don't think it's fair to the people of the town to, if what happened at the last meeting happens again? That's a total
What happened at the last
disingenuous
meeting?
technique. and
well,
that-
you gotta
That
remember.
guy
that-
talked for an hour and 20 minutes and didn't say a thing.
So this is the way the process works. This is kind of like they are, not me. They're judges. This is a hearing. They have absolute right to present all their evidence in, okay? We can't just willy-nilly tell them, stop talking, we heard enough, we're gonna vote, okay? Hear me out.
Totally get it.
So if we do that, it's gonna get reversed, and they're gonna come right, and the court's gonna say, go back and tell you you can't do that, okay? So it is a long process. The bigger applications take a lot more time. And they keep on changing the application, which doesn't help the time process. So obviously, they come in, they change things, they come back. We try to process and move them as quick as possible, because we know this is your night out. These board members don't get paid to be up here either, okay? So they're volunteers coming out here too. So it is not, they can't wear the board down. They can wear the public down. I get that. But the board's not going to be worn down by that. It's not like, oh, there's enough meeting, fine, we'll just approve you just to shut you up. So that doesn't happen.
And my only question on the matter would be, is there a way that in the notice for this meeting on such a large application, if the vote's not happening on the next, that's fine, but when the vote is happening, can the public be notified that, hey, this is the meeting where the zoning board is?
It's hard. It's hard to tell. It's not. You probably, at the beginning, you know, we don't know if they're gonna testify for an hour. You know, we're here from 7:30 to 10:30 or so. They testify an hour and the public makes 3 hours worth of comments, okay? It's not their fault, well, it's what, you know, we can't control that. It's very, very hard for us to tell you, we're definitely voting on this date. The only time that ever occurs, if they're done with their evidence, they're done with the public, and we say, listen, it's late, we're not gonna make a decision, we'll make it at the next meeting. That's the only time we could ever tell you. We try to push it through. No one wants to be here for three hours every night. They're not getting paid, but it's the process.
If it's spicy, I don't mind, but if it's droning, it's tough.
Right.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But it's always good for the public to be in the audience, no matter what, because you might be able to ask questions of the witnesses. You might be able to ask questions of the board, the engineers, the professionals, et cetera. It's always good for the township residents to be in the audience during an application. It holds, you know, it has great value. It does.
If I can
And you
add-
never know when a vote is gonna happen. It could happen, it could hurry up through the application, or it could take a long time, but don't give up.
Just to manage expectations, the last warehouse application the township saw went for like 7 hearings, but we have seen them go for 2 or 3, so we don't
I'm a
know.
rookie, so.
Yeah, no, that's why, and it's good you're asking questions, because that's why we want to, so, you know, we're not trying to keep you guys here every month, like Greg said, we also want to go home, so.
Just felt a little Twilight Zone-y with the last time with that guy, and, you know, it's a little bit. But thank you, I appreciate you guys
problem.
answering my questions.
Take care, sir.
If I can add, we have 2 spaces in this board that we're still trying to fill voids.
Hey, man,
It's easy to be up there during meetings, so come on up and join us, and then you can help control what actually gets voted on. And we have 2 gaps, right, Danielle?
2 guys.
So tell your friends, tell your family.
And if we had more people on the board, we may not have to, the applicant may not have canceled.
There you go.
Great.
You want to come and speak publicly?
Yes.
Come on up.
Please,
Is it
your name
Susan?
and
Scott
address.
Boland,
Well,
302.
we're not taking testimony, so.
No, I know that.
Yeah, so I don't need to swear you in. We're not having any hearing. This is not part of the application.
I've done this hundreds of times. I'm just
Can I
used to
just have
stepping
your
up to
name
the
and address
microphone.
then, sir?
See, I told you. Scott Boland, Boland,
Okay.
302 Windcrest Court.
Thank you.
Mr. Vella, I understand. I know the process. I've been through it a lot from where I came from. This is a typical thing that they do. You know, kick the can down the road and the public loses interest. They schedule a meeting, this is what they're supposed to present tonight, and then they don't present. And eventually, just like the gentleman.
They're
that
not
walked
here,
out
there's
of
only
here-
4 of us.
It-
That's
it-
why they're
it-
not here.
It's not
a delay in
their
our end.
fault
I know.
tonight.
That's why you need to join us, so there's not 4 of us.
So it wasn't them that put in for a postponement?
When we told them we only had 4 members, and if they got to a vote tonight, we couldn't vote. Because even if
Right,
theoretically,
because you don't- there's no way to
4-0,
do it.
they still lose.
Exactly.
So
So
it's not on purpose.
Exactly.
it's not their fault this time.
Okay, but you have to understand, the public gets fed up, because this happens a lot in other places too, where they postpone,
Oh, absolutely.
And I know you've seen it many, many times. It's a typical thing that they do when they're a little on the edge and they think, this isn't looking good for us. The public is really against this and everything else.
So do you have a suggestion for us, or?
Not necessarily, but
Okay.
put a deadline on it. You
I don't
can
know the
put a
legalities.
date on it that you will present the next portion.
Mr. Boland, if I may, the pushing it back to June was because we didn't have room on our agenda at the next meeting, and the applicant's professional did not have an availability, they're actually out of the country, for the next hearing after that, so we are pushing this back because, not on their request.
Yeah, it's because you didn't-
we didn't have enough members.
Right, you didn't have an odd number of members and you could end up with a 2-2 vote.
Well, that doesn't even work, so.
Right, they need 5 votes.
Right,
So we don't even
Right.
have enough to do the votes.
so there's no way to put a deadline on this.
Nope.
And when were you
Listen,
notified?
this is what, the only time we could ever do that is if we had 7 board members here.
Right.
And they adjourned, and then they adjourned again, okay? Then we say, listen, you show up, or we dismiss you for failure to prosecute.
Exactly.
We've
That's
done
why
that
I meant
before.
that.
We understand, yeah. I mean, if it calls for, we do it. I've only been doing this 25 years. I know how to push them forward.
Yeah.
There's just ways to
That's
do
why I
it.
said I know that you know, because I looked into your background, no offense. And
I've only been here, I've only been here 18 years, I think.
Yeah,
And I've been here 24 years, and we've gotten through all of our cases, so
Right.
we'll get through this one too.
but I'm not saying it's you, that it's a common thing that happens with other applicants putting it off.
Absolutely.
Hoping that the
Okay.
public doesn't show up, everybody finally says, all right, here's my white flag, I'm done.
Well, that's when they rely on then the public should rely on the
Right.
board to act appropriately within their powers and make informed decisions based on the law.
Right,
So,
yes. And at what point did you know they probably wouldn't be presenting tonight?
When we didn't have quorum.
Around lunchtime this afternoon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted.
When we found out we only had 4 people today.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's any way that it could have went out through Nixle, the website, or anything like that?
I did put it on
That
the
won't
website
be.
this afternoon.
Okay, thank you, because I didn't look at the website. I had looked at it.
I updated
Like
the
everybody
agenda
else
with
knew about it for the
requests to
past.
adjourn.
Right.
Okay,
But even,
Thank you.
even like the attorney said, even if there was testimony tonight and they continued to present, they would request not voting because their application to pass needs 5 votes.
Right.
And there's only 4 of us here.
yeah,
That application requires a 5 affirmative vote to pass.
Right.
Right? Now, I'm not saying it would pass or get denied, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So they could present their entire application tonight in front of everyone, everybody would get questions asked, and they would still have to come back for a vote.
for a vote, yes.
And then it's very difficult for board members who then have to go read the transcript, listen to the tapes.
Which I did.
Right, I know,
Yeah.
it's
It's a lot of work for you, I know.
You
because
don't get the same.
And it's better when it's fresh
I've been
for
on board
us.
and I've had to go testify before for these kind
Yeah,
of things.
it's a lot clearer for me as a member when everything is just fresh right in front of me. I don't have to, that I don't have a month or 2 lag time between what happened, what was said, and a decision that has to be.
Which you're at now. This has been going on for a point in
Yeah, it's been
time.
going on.
And I'll guarantee that no one even remembers 90% of what the fire
Right.
was, when the
Yeah,
fire.
the silver lining is that you have more time to build more interest in the community, you know,
Right.
so that they can come out
Yeah,
and present their side if
Yeah.
that's something they want to
because
do.
like today when I pulled up, I looked in the parking lot and I said, everybody's losing interest already because they are just waving their white flags saying, this is nonsense, we sat here for the last meeting, and I know there's nothing you can
We
do
have,
about testing.
we have another applicant, so do we have a final word?
No, I'll leave.
Okay, no, thank you. I'm just, we're moving on.
Sorry.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, thank you. Next step is to approve the minutes of the December 12th meeting and the January 22nd meeting. I guess Danielle, you'll just do a roll call, unless there's any comments on either of those minutes?
No, no comments.
Any comments?
Nope.
I'll
Nope.
make a motion.
Ms. Arpaia, and a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Arpaia.
Yes.
Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Mr. Lambros?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I guess that was December, or is that for both of them, Danielle, or just December?
That was January 22nd, or that was December 12th.
Okay, and then let's do the same thing, a motion for this January 22nd.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Second? I can't second, unfortunately. I wasn't-
Cadigan, thank you. And a roll call. Ms. Arpaia?
Yes.
Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Mr. Lambros?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the resolutions that happened from previous meetings. The first one is the Robert Heyer resolution.
The application came out, I think, earlier this week. There's no, reviewed by our professionals, no comment or changes. Need a motion and a second to carry.
Again, I can't do anything, so if anyone wants to give a motion,
I'll
please
make a
do.
motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Any discussion?
No, I think we're good.
No.
Ms. Arpaia?
Yes.
Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Mr. Lambros?
Yes.
Okay, second resolution is the Earth Anchoring Suppliers LLC.
Yeah, that was the motion to dismiss. This is the one with the fence where we made a motion to dismiss the application without prejudice because we lack jurisdiction. We needed a motion and a second to memorialize.
I'll make it.
Mr. Lambros, thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
No.
Thank you. Ms. Arpaia?
Yes.
Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Mr. Lambros?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, our third resolution is for Mr. Daniel Lichtman, Block 39, Lot 9.
That was the motion to deny the bifurcated use for the residential, commercial use in the residential zone. We need a motion and a second to memorialize.
I'll make it.
Mr. Lambros?
Ambrose, second?
I'll second.
Ms. Rapaya, thank you. Any discussion?
No.
Ms. Rapaya?
Yes.
Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Mr. Lambros?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and the last one, Mr. Michael Brescia, Block 42, Lot 509.
That's again another, that was a resolution for approval for the, I forget which one that was, but that's a resolution for approval. We need a motion and a second to
Garage.
memorialize.
Garage.
The garage.
Yeah.
Right, any discussion?
No.
No motion to pass?
Motion passed.
Okay, Mr. Cadigan? And a second, Ms. Rapaya?
Yes.
And any discussion?
No.
Ms. Rapaya?
Yes.
And Mr. Cadigan?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, very good, thank you. That takes care of our resolutions. Now we'll move on to our one application tonight, Mr. Howard Klatskin. Come
Come on
on
up.
up.
Mr. Chairman, you guys, you can sit down. As the board does in its normal course, I pre-mark certain exhibits, which I'll read into the record as follows. You can sit down, sir.
Oh, thank you.
A1 jurisdictional notice, A2 application, A3 outside agency approvals, A4 Google area image, A5 soil borings and residential foundation evaluation prepared by Remy Associates dated 3/4/24, A6 variance plan prepared by Project as Architect consisting of 6 sheets with a last revised date of 11/5/24, A7 is the boundary and topo survey consisting of 1 sheet dated 4/17/23 prepared by PDS Professional Design Services LLC. A8 is buy/sell letters to adjoining neighbors, lots 11.01 and a lot 11.03. Board has also marked their own exhibits, which is our engineer's report dated January 28, 2025, and our planner's report will be ZB2 dated 2/12/25. Mr. Chairman?
Very good, Greg, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Hoskin, the room is yours.
All right.
Tell us why you're here tonight.
All
Well, I
right,
don't think it's
before you
just
start,
giving the approval.
hold on.
Sorry.
Before you start, please raise your right hand.
Oh, of course.
Do you swear affirm the following testimony about to give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the record, spelling your last name, sir.
Thank you. Howard Klotzkin, Klotzkin.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Basically, I bought a piece of property, and I live in Millstone on Stagecoach. I bought a piece of property on Brookside, and we're looking to take down the existing house, use the existing foundation, and to build a new structure on top of it,
So I'm sorry, you say you would keep the foundation?
keeping the foundation.
Okay.
Was that a house or a garage?
It was a house. It was a house.
I heard there was no bathroom in there.
There was no bathroom in there, that's
There
right.
was no bathroom?
No bathroom.
The
There was an
house without a
outhouse out
bathroom.
back. I happened to be passing by one day and I met the owner.
Okay, that was very strange, okay.
Yep, that's very true, though.
So how old is the foundation?
I don't know the age of the foundation. Perhaps my architect or my general contractor would know that. I unfortunately don't know the age of the house. I assume it's from the 1940s or maybe 1950s. And we
Why
did
do
do
you
a,
want, why do you want to keep it? Why not?
because the
build
town,
something new?
it was easier, from my understanding, for us to keep the foundation and to build up as opposed to trying to get a variance to build out. So we were going to put up a 2-story home in place of where the single-story home was.
Alrighty. And can we go over the variances that are in front of us of why he's here tonight?
Well, yeah,
I apologize for
I have
not
a bunch of
knowing.
other questions
So
too.
do you have somebody to testify for all the variances, or?
Sure, yeah. Architect or general contractor, what would you prefer?
Whoever can speak
You
best.
pick
tonight.
one at a time.
Whoever's ready.
Come on,
The
Dave.
house was built in
They're both Jameses, so.
1937.
It was built in 1937.
Sir, of course. Sir, please raise your right hand.
Sure,
Do you swear affirm the following testimony about to give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
absolutely.
Please say your name for record, spelling your last name, sir.
James Shaughnessy, SHAUGHNESSY.
You know
Are you the
that.
architect or the?
Yes.
Sorry. So
Sorry, do we have to swear as
Yeah, he's our,
credentials?
well, why don't you quickly put out your licensed architect in the state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay.
And New York State also.
Okay, your license hasn't been revoked?
No,
And you did the architectural plans for this application?
yes, yeah. So I've done a few projects for Howard, for his commercial businesses. He bought this property. When I went to look at it, it was obviously some kind of a hoarder might have lived there. It was disgusting. I wouldn't put my bag down. I couldn't even get to the basement because there was so much shit there. Excuse my language. So he had it cleaned up, and then I came back to survey. And obviously, he wasn't probably thrilled to hear his architect say, oh, the foundation and the footings are good, and the basement ceiling joists are good. The rest of the house is garbage. I was pleasantly surprised to see the joists in the basement for supporting the first floor were not nominal dimensional lumber. They were actually 3-inch wide joists. So that leads us to believe it's at least in the 40s or 50s or 30s. So I was happy to, structurally that was fine. The contractor dug down and confirmed the size of the footings would be okay with a 2-story light frame structure. And then I asked Howard to get a soil bearing test so that I could say, okay, this footing size. He had, I think Remy was the company, did the soil bearing test, 3,000 PSI. So I said, okay, we're good. We're gonna keep the foundation, we're gonna keep the floor joists and the bottom plate. Everything else has gotta go. And the right and rear side yard setbacks were not compliant, and the lot size was not compliant. So my advice to Howard was the best we can do is not expand 1 inch on the footprint. Let's use the existing footings and foundation and go 2 stories with light frame construction. And we're also building a garage, which is compliant. Right.
Detached.
Which is compliant based on the setbacks and everything. And we're also, spoke with Danielle many times. She's been very helpful. Hi, nice to finally meet you. So as far as impervious, and we're good. I think the only thing we have is the existing non-compliant conditions, which we're not expanding on.
Well, let's talk about that
Sure.
real quick. Once you tear down the building, okay, those pre-existing variances disappear, okay, or pre-existing conditions. I guess you are requiring a side yard setback and a rear yard setback for your new home over the foundation. What causes you not to simply move the house and build a substantially larger house, if you wanted to, that's compliant with the side yard and rear yard? Is there any environmental constraints on the property or anything that would, I mean, you have looks like a very small house. You can build a lot larger house, but completely conforming, and even move the garage closer, because what's the purpose?
That's not a subject. We'll
Yeah, we have
discuss
considered
it.
We'll get to that, but what's not the practical, what is the land reason that you are creating the side yard and rear yard, and not just moving it and building a beautiful new home, which could be substantially larger?
Sure.
And not have any variances at all? So what's the,
We didn't think that was an option, basically from the, I built a lot of houses, not in New Jersey, only in Pennsylvania. In New Jersey, this is the first house that we're gonna build ground up. I own a lot of properties and things like that, but I don't build ground up. When I was given advice as to what to do on this property, we were told the easiest thing to do was to keep the foundation, don't change the footprint, and build up. I wanted to build a much bigger house there and to eliminate that, but we were told that was much more difficult to get the approval.
Who told you that?
Who told me that? I've been working on it for a couple of
I mean, anyone in
years.
Millstone, or?
I think if I had to guess, I don't know who told me that. Well, I think that
I think whoever told you that gave you completely wrong advice.
Okay.
Okay, because
it's possible.
because that's appropriate in undersized lots where there's no room to move the house, like I can't tell you how many places I've did approvals for a 25-foot wide lot and an 18-foot wide house that's there, you kind of just build it over the same thing, right? Because you can't move it.
Yep.
You have while it's undersized for the zone, it's not a small lot.
What is the size of the lot, sorry?
An acre and something.
Yeah, it's well under.
19,000.
Half acre.
It's a
half
half acre.
It's a half acre.
Half an acre.
You could throw it in now, assuming there's no that's why I asked environmental restraints of the property. You could put a house twice the size as you're proposing on it, move it over, move it forward, and you wouldn't have any variances.
Well, you're never gonna, they won't be able to meet rear
Yeah,
because
it's
the,
impossible, because the front setback
Yeah.
and the right of way, it's impossible.
but they would be able to meet side yard if they
Right.
only need to pull it 9.1 feet
But
away.
since we're here today and I didn't make that approach, is it possible to get this approved the way that it is so that we can move forward with it? I've been working on this for quite some time.
Well, you have to be aware that you're gonna ask the board to approve a side yard setback variance with no land use related reasons for it, other than somebody told you to do it this way. The board is, the requirements for variances is, one is the property unique. Well, in this case, you have, for rear yard setback, you have a large front yard and rear yard setback, which makes the lot, what's the building envelope? Is there any building envelope theoretically for front and back?
They would never be able to meet both.
Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
land use reason to grant a front yard setback or a rear yard setback.
Understood. I'm sorry, James.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the reason was that we weren't going to just?
I think if we were to, you wanna stand up?
Roll the swear you in.
Yeah.
Do you swear in front of the following testimony about to give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Just state your name for the record, spelling your last name.
James Gilburn, Gilburn. So what I was under the assumption was if we were to move the house over to make it compliant on the side yard, every other variance would still be there. So I did like essentially.
Not the side yard won't be there.
Well, yeah,
The
right,
rear yard would be
right.
there.
The side yard.
Well,
the
there's a
rear-
reason for that. There's a logical reason for the rear yard setback because the lot is not deep enough, but it's wide enough to eliminate that, and you could build a substantially larger house than what you're proposing here. And if the board finds there's no land use related reason for the side yard setback, this will get denied theoretically. Then you'll have to revise it, refile, pay all the fees over again. And I think that's what our professionals probably talk to you
We
about.
already talked to them about it, and I don't know where they're going with it, so. We also had concerns with the garage location, that why is it
Yeah, why is it so
70 feet
far
away
away?
from the house?
The idea of it was just because the setback was 20 feet. I figured between those two structures, it'd be their yard. Because if you go tight with it, we were trying to eliminate taking down any trees as much as we can. And that one where the garage would be is one dead big tree and a lot of overgrown.
Well, you don't even show what trees are, I don't know what you're talking about, so.
Right.
That
We
was
have
one of my
the,
comments.
yeah.
Practically, it's odd because if a family lives here and they're pulling into their garage and then they gotta walk with their groceries and kids and whatever 70
Right.
feet to get to the house. And
Um,
you're under lot coverage, but you're increasing it significantly with the driveway.
Garage, the driveway has your lot coverage at 20%. That means down the road, you can't add anything on this property. You have to come back here again.
You can't even put a
The
shed on.
coverage, right?
Yeah, I mean,
The coverage.
what's the,
20%.
Yeah,
what's
because
the,
the
what's the,
walkway and the
Right now,
driveway,
they're exactly at 20%.
because of the driveway leading from.
what's the point
Long
of that driveway? How many cars can you put on that?
Well, that was really just to get to obviously the garage on that aspect. You know, it wasn't really.
Why don't you attach the
But
garage
if we
to the
move it
house?
closer, like I said, like we can change whatever makes sense, you know what I mean? Like that's what
Yeah.
we took it as, if
but-
we were to move the foundation over, it would just eliminate one variance.
So
Are you, are you
I,
trying to keep it, sorry, Steve, are you trying to keep an existing curb cut with that driveway? I guess that's kind of our sort
Yes.
of
No
confusion.
curb.
There's no
or-
curb.
I'm
No
sorry,
curb.
but, okay,
Driveway.
so, the existing driveway though.
Yeah, that's the
That's where it
existing
is.
driveway, yes.
Okay. Sorry, Steve.
And you could move that house closer to the existing driveway. You could attach the garage to the house and build a really nice house on there with under impervious coverage, a driveway right to the house and sidecar entry garage. With the only variance you're gonna need is a front/rear yard setback based on how where you put the house. Even if you keep that line and move it, you could double the size of your house, attach the garage to it, and you'd have just one variance, but a lot bigger and better site.
Understood. Right now, right now, there's a dilapidated house in a beautiful neighborhood, in a beautiful area. What I'm suggesting. With no bathroom. I'm suggesting that, we're gonna put up what is a beautiful house. It's not a huge house, but it is a beautiful house. and it's gonna look much better in the neighborhood than what's there now. And, you know, it's gonna, oh, thank you, I'm so sorry.
It's not for me, I can hear you, it's the recording.
We're gonna put up a beautiful home in place. As far as moving the garage over, it's completely not relevant to me. I'd much prefer to put it closer to the house. Again, we may have been slightly misadvised because I'm new to this process and I haven't built a lot in New Jersey.
But even with everything our lawyer has said, you'd still not want to come back with a different plan? You want to stick to this plan for tonight?
I do, because I don't want to waste, I've already, not wasted, but it's taken me a year and a half to get here today. And so, I built probably 30 homes in the last 5 or 6 years, all in Pennsylvania. I was able to get everything, it was a very different process, and this is a rough process. And so from my perspective as an investor, I would like to put up something and get it done over the summer and
Right.
have somebody,
Danielle, would we be able to hear them next month, just to give him an idea of when we could hear him? Because better than June, right? Because that's when the other stuff happens again.
there's
Is
no
there-
way just to get an approval?
Well, no, look, you
board's
might even get a
expressing
denial
concerns.
tonight. All I'm saying is, if we approve, we have to prove that, and that's all you get, and that's it.
Okay, I'm
And
fine
so
with that.
versus a much better
I'm
design.
fine with getting that approved.
Yeah.
If you can approve this, I'm never able to do anything else, I'm good with that.
Well, that,
But
If you can approve that.
If we approve.
Yeah, I have some questions. We seem to be like all over the place here. So, you testified that somebody dug down and said the footing for the foundation was good. Can you add a little more clarity for us, like what was under there, how big, how
Oh, yeah, I
how
think that
wide,
they were
what
12
kind of
by 8.
condition it was in?
They were 12 by 8 when we dug
Right.
it down.
Is there a certified
Do we have an engineer's
certification or
report?
anything?
Other than the just,
This table R4 of.
I mean, something like
you know,
this, for me,
uh,
I'm telling you now, something like this for me would really want, an engineer's report. You know, you could build a beautiful structure on a crummy foundation and walk away from it after you sell it, and all of a sudden the house isn't good anymore because the foundation's crumbling. It would be good for us, our engineer or professionals, if we had some real substantial evidence that the foundation is usable. Not, I'm talking about an engineer's report, a certified engineer's report.
That basement is just a crawl space, right?
It's
No,
not-
it's an 8-foot, it's a little over 8
I
foot.
looked at your architectural, did not look that high.
So the other.
No,
thi-
it's a little over 8 feet, the
The other-
bottom of the, yeah.
Yeah, the other question I have is, are they gonna be able to satisfy the wastewater treatment on here?
Oh, that's a good question.
They applied for a permit from, Board of Health.
Right,
Yeah. They should be, why not?
okay,
Mm.
okay.
How big is the
How
house
much room to put
altogether?
it in, but also, it's only 2 bedroom
Square
house.
footage?
From, it was roughly 24, 25 foot by 25 feet, something like that.
it's like 26 by 26,
Yeah, yeah.
roughly. It would be like a 1,500 square foot.
1,500, so it's double, because
Right,
it's
right.
H12 is what I
Right,
show on the
exactly.
tax records, it's H12. Okay, all right. And the structure,
I-
basically, the house was built in 1937. Okay, so,
Yeah, and
You
it's
know
not
what it was
dimensional
like here in
also, like I said.
1937?
nothing
I know,
They might have built it with the weeds and the mud that was on the property.
it could very well be, I don't know.
No, it's, I'm not an engineer or
I'm
architect.
only,
I was shocked when they cleared out the basement, I was like, oh, you have an actual,
Yeah.
a little over 8 foot high ceiling space to the bottom of the joist. They're 3-inch wide, so that's not dimensional lumber, so I know it's got, like I said, from 30s, 40s, something like that, or even older. And you have an actual foundation. I asked James to dig down and meet the 3,000 PSI soil test, and a 12 by 8 footing, a 12 by 6 footing could handle a 2-story light frame. So that's where
right,
I
and
said,
you're
hey,
proposing to use the same timber to build on top of, right? The floor joists and stuff?
Well, the floor joists really, there's no reason to rip them out. They're more than substantial for the floor
Right.
load.
But
They're,
I think we need clarity here at the board. Other, a real report from a certified professional might help.
We did have a structural engineer. Do you have a copy of the report?
I don't know if I have it.
We hired a structural engineer.
Definitely have it.
Right, so our professional should have that in the
Yeah.
record. Do you have
Do you have-
anything in the record,
Do you know?
Matt? From a structural engineer?
Do I know some?
Do you
Did you get a
have
report?
anything on,
on this?
I
If
don't,
you have it in your
No.
phone, you can
Yeah.
email it to us.
No.
Sorry,
We
Danielle?
have soil borings and residential foundation evaluation prepared by Remy and Associates,
A resident.
that's A5.
A5?
Yeah.
Matt, do you have a copy of A5?
Dated March 4th, 2024.
No, we did, because they said if it's not structurally
Yes,
sound,
here.
it's gotta get demoed, you gotta rip it down. You weren't gonna move forward unless that was the first thing.
Is this gonna be a 4-bedroom
Yeah.
house?
3-bedroom.
I count 4 on
Yeah,
the
we have
plan.
4 in our plans.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's a bathroom.
Oh, one's bathroom.
Oh, yeah, one's a bathroom.
That's a big bathroom.
Well, yeah.
That's a big
Downstairs.
bathroom.
Bathroom.
They all look like bedrooms.
Sorry, okay. 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah, this is just about soil.
So then, if
So
I'm
this-
hearing right, we don't have an engineering,
So this-
structural, right?
The letter that they submitted reads, based on the New Jersey International Code, and it cites it, the existing soils have a presumptive bearing capacity of 3,000 PSF. New foundation elements should be signed for a bearing capacity of 3,000 PSF. If there's any questions, please call me.
So can you interpret
from
that?
who?
For-
Who was that?
So therefore,
It's an engineering company called Remy and Associates.
Is it certified?
Is it Mark
Staff?
Remy?
He has his license number on the letter, as a licensed professional engineer,
But it's not certified.
but it's not certified.
It's not certified to the foundation, it's just saying certified to the soil.
Yeah.
If I read that.
Yeah, it's all soiled.
This is going back a while.
Sidebar.
the report that you have, would you call that a typical structural report, or what would?
Well, the
Is
name
there-
of the report itself is Soil Borings and Residential Foundation Evaluation,
Okay.
but
But when you usually get a normal one, one that's accepted, that we.
Well, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna make a lot of people's discussions very moot at this point. So, under the municipal land use law, all applicants that are corporations need to be retained by a lawyer, need to be represented by a lawyer. The property owner in this case is HK Real Properties LLC.
LLC.
The applicant, Mr. Klotzkin, is indicated as an applicant. To be an applicant, are you the contract purchaser of this property?
Am I the purchaser?
No, that's not what I said. Are you individually the contract purchaser of this property?
No,
Okay, so you're gonna build this house as the owner of the corporation, correct?
correct.
Okay, so, and we apologize for not telling you before, but if you're a corporation, you can't represent yourself.
I keep, okay.
Okay, it's just the law, didn't make it, okay? And it's not even a law of the zoning board, it's the law of the state of New Jersey, okay?
Not a problem. So let's make the assumption that I'm gonna quick deed it over to myself and then reapply. Can we tell me whether or not we're gonna get approved?
Yeah, but he's the.
You're not listening at all. Not, you're not the contract purchaser, okay, you are the owner.
Yep,
The owner is a corporation.
okay.
The law requires you to be represented by a lawyer, because the law says, which I didn't make, neither did this board, that you have to be represented by an attorney. I guess these attorneys write it to get work, okay? So that's a practical problem you have, and I have as the lawyer for the board. What I strongly recommend to the applicant, one, that this application can't proceed anymore because he doesn't have a lawyer, and that the falsity that he's an individual as an applicant is not really true, because the applicant is, the owner is the property owner, and this is not selling it to somebody else who's gonna build it. Like, if I was gonna buy the property individually and I wanted to build a house on it, I come as Greg Vella, the applicant, the contract purchaser of this property. I could do that by myself, okay, like you could. So, we can't vote on it, it's a violation of municipal land use law. Given that, okay, I strongly recommend, I know you're like, I want approval. You have issues here that, at least in my opinion, question the ability to get an approval. That for your benefit, okay, you know, that you can, as you testified, you wanted to build a beautiful house here.
Correct, correct.
Not a little box with a garage that is 70 feet away from the home, whether you're gonna sell it to a third party or you're gonna live there or have a family member live there. That, nobody wants to take their groceries in the rain, park their car, walk 70 feet in the mud to their house.
I'll say that was probably just an oversight in there, but I agree.
It's okay. That's what happens sometimes when you come before a board that sees this stuff all the time, and you have professionals that have been doing this for many years. The engineer, not so many McKinley, because you don't, you know.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Exactly. And the board members who've been up here 20 plus years, you know, getting up 5, 10 plus years, that we see this and we see how it all works. You need to regroup, and I bet if you talk to any land use lawyer, he's gonna tell you, you could build a lot bigger house and get the rear yard setback variance, build probably a 3 times size house, okay, on that property with one variance of rear yard setback that has land use related reasons. Why? Because of the lot size. Side yard setback's not an issue. That is something very reasonable for the board to grant, considering if we denied that aspect, you could never build a house there.
Understood.
Right? But we could deny a side yard setback, because you could easily move that house and remove it. So that's what it is. I just think that, one, that you have an opportunity here that you shouldn't let go. That getting approval for a little 3-bedroom house on a foundation that may collapse in a couple of years, you know, that's built in the 1930s, well, stuff in the 1930s are probably built better than today.
I was gonna say that.
Okay, I get it, but we've seen application after application that once they get and start building on top of it, next thing you know, they're ripping out the foundation, putting a new foundation for these old ones. I see it in every town that we do.
Understood.
So-
Right, so let's go into the assumption that we follow the recommendations that you're making. How do I not wait another 6 months or a year to get back?
That's the next step,
Thank you.
okay? So, Danielle, do we have room in 30 days?
We have,
Come on, Danielle.
we have 2 applicants that are noticed,
Which ones are they?
Which ones?
Are they residential?
out front and one residential, Merkel, Mr. Merkel,
So
Build the
a billboard
billboard.
and a residential.
and a residential, so.
Well, yeah, I think we
We can do
could,
that.
the billboard's never gonna go in one meeting anyway.
Out on 195?
Yeah.
No,
So,
on
33
35.
Millstone.
The 30.
okay, so,
But any changes in any application or plans
There's a
do need to
billboard
be
there.
submitted.
okay,
in
so
advance.
this application, the next time it can be heard is April 23rd. So we're not pushing 6 months away, that's not fair to anybody, okay? Now, we have to have plans in by the 14th, okay? That gives you 2.5 weeks for your architect
Coffee.
to design a house that is not in the side yard setback, and maybe put a nice big garage on it, whatever you want. You have plenty of lot coverage to deal with. You don't have to put an air landing strip that you have out there.
The 11th, because
The
Sunday
11th.
would be 10 days.
Okay, the 11th, so you got a couple of days left.
Friday the 11th.
And I think it's better for you as the property owner, the corporation, and to do that. One, we can't hear anymore because you don't have a lawyer, and I think you need to go get a lawyer. There's plenty of, just Google Monmouth County Land Use Lawyers, there's plenty of them,
No problem.
okay? And you can just tell him, call Greg Vell, the board attorney, he'll give you the update, what happened.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a
Okay.
quick question? You wrote a letter to your neighbors, whether they have land for you or they wanna buy your property?
I
Did you
did.
hear from them?
I heard from one neighbor, and nothing came of it. They asked if I was interested in selling the property, or if I was interested in purchasing land from them. I said, yes, I'd be interested in purchasing land, and they never got back to me.
Okay.
Is Mr. or Mrs. Tynowski here? Or Jeffrey and Amy Gravatt? Okay.
Tynowski is who I had spoken with.
Greg, I have a question. Since we're not, quote unquote, because of the lawyer issue, we're not hearing them tonight. If any of the public is here for this, do we?
You could,
Ask for their-
you absolutely
They didn't waste
can,
their time?
you absolutely can.
All right, then I'll open this particular case to the public. If there's anyone here that wants to speak at 8:24 PM, if anybody wants to come up and comment on this particular case?
Yeah.
Okay, see no one, then we'll close the public.
Yeah, they-
Just to make sure, because you guys are here for a reason, we'll close it again at 8:24 PM.
Okay, so I hope you took all that in and take your architect and say, build me a bigger house design me a bigger house in 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay, so for the record, hold on. For the record, this application was carried to April 23rd, 2025 at 7:30 PM in these chambers. If you received certified mail previously, you will not get it again. We're carrying it without further notice. That means you don't have to send certified mail again, you don't do the paper or anything else. Okay? Remember, 11th, we want a revised plot plan and architecturals showing where the new bigger house is and the driveway, whether the garage is attached or detached, by the 11th.
Right, some engineering.
One question prior to finishing. In the event that we decide to make some changes and move the whole house back and leave the existing plans in the event my architect can't get it done, but we can move the house, relocate the house, is that okay? I mean, I know you want a bigger house.
No, I'm just
It
making,
doesn't have to be big.
it could be the same size, I don't care, you're the one who said you wanted a bigger house.
Yeah, I understand.
That's up to you, I don't care, I'm not buying your house.
We're just saying,
No problem.
Or just move
Meet
the
that
garage
setback.
next to the house.
And
That's it.
if I may add, we don't need full architectural plans with risers or anything like that. We're usually good with a rendering of general floor plan.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
elevations.
usually, elevation, floor plan,
Okay.
a location plan, so it does not have to be fully designed.
These sections,
No.
No, none of that.
Oh, okay.
That's for the building department, we don't get into that.
And you know, if you have two separate buildings, they have to look exactly the same. We do know that, right?
Yes, yeah,
It's in my
Or you
report.
can get
Mine
that
too.
one.
Right, or we move the garage right next to the house, or it's attached.
Okay.
Just a recommendation, if you follow their
As long as they
guidelines,
meet,
you'll be in much better shape. than if you
impervious,
don't.
et cetera.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Thank
may be
you.
able to accomplish the plans in 1 or 2 sheets even,
Right.
rather than a full set.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
guys, appreciate it, thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Before we close the meeting, I just had one, because I've been absent for a couple of them. I noticed that Mr. Morelli's no longer with us, and I'd like to know what happened. He moved from
Oh,
this-
no, Morelli didn't get reappointed.
Yeah, he didn't get reappointed.
Who decides on
No,
appointments?
It's the mayor's, the board positions are mayor appointments.
So they just decided Mr. Morelli, even though he's been with us for